All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect out here spreading his gospel and sincerity and truth throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom. In this article, man, this is pretty crazy. And I was speaking about this a while back, on another video that I had did about how they mixing, or they getting certain DNA and genes from certain animals, and they putting it into humans, to make them stronger, faster, or give them other capabilities or abilities, so on and so forth. So I'm gonna just go ahead and cut to the chase and get right into this article. But it says, reports out of China continue to confirm that scientists there are still seeking to push through barriers with Frankenstein-like experimentation on genes with an eye toward the manipulation of human DNA. Any and all ethical considerations be damned. What could go wrong? And it says, according to Zero Hedge, the Hong-based South China Morning Post has a doozy of a headline out this week based on a breakthrough announcement by a team of scientists linked to the Chinese military working in Beijing. Chinese team behind extreme animal gene experiment says it may lead to super soldiers who survive nuclear fallout. And this is getting crazy, man. This is why the scriptures talk about a time like never before, man, that's coming up. We literally gonna have humans, once used to be humans. We literally gonna have people out here with, that's soldiers, that's part of the military and things like that, that are gonna be embedded with DNA, and genes from different types of animals, man, making them stronger and faster, and able to withstand nuclear radiation and things like that. Who's to say that these soldiers don't have the DNA of cockroaches? Because we know cockroaches are some of the best survivors when it comes to like nuclear disaster and things like that, man. They might be embedding these soldiers with cockroach DNA, cockroach genes. We don't know, but we do know that there's a lot of experimentation of the genes of these soldiers, that are going to be in this Third World War, and they're going to have the genes of different animals, insects or mammals or, reptiles. It don't matter. They're going to have the genes of a lot of these different animals that are out here. Might have gorilla DNA to make them stronger, rhino DNA. We don't know, but we do know that this is going to be a time like no other that's coming up, man, and it might sound crazy to people that's not watching or that's not keeping up with the things that's going on. But hey, this is the reality of this world that we live in, this current world. But it says the project was first unveiled in the Chinese language journal Military Medical Sciences and has been gaining more and more media attention and interest within the scientific community, but is also raising serious ethical quandaries, despite the experiment being defended by its overseers as totally legal. And this is some stuff that Esau would do, man, that these heathens over here doing, man. Esau is the leader when it comes to wickedness, man, and these are the things that Esau does. And the only reason that these other nations are even getting involved in things like this is because they know if they don't jump on board with the things that Esau is doing, that Esau is going to have an edge over them when it comes to the military. So these nations wouldn't even be getting involved in nuclear technology, and gene editing of their soldiers and things like that if Esau wasn't doing it first. The only reason these nations are doing this is so that Esau won't get an edge over them when it comes to war. They want to keep the playing field even, so to speak. So this is why they are getting involved in these practices, that they shouldn't be getting involved in. But, it's all to keep up with Esau, because Esau is the first to do all of these wicked things, man. They're just trying to keep up with him. But hey, Either way it go, man, these heathens, they gonna pay for everything they did. Esau and all these other heathens alike, they're gonna pay for everything that they did and are doing right now, you know. But it says, according to details, the military scientists say they've successfully inserted a gene from the microscopic water bear into human embryonic stem cells and significantly increased these cells' resistance to radiation. And if you brothers or you sisters out there know anything about the water bear, it's a microscopic animal, that's said to it can survive nuclear radiation, and they find these animals in the most intense places, like close to, underwater, those underwater volcanic vents and things like that. They find these things in the most intense environments, and it's said that they can survive nuclear radiation and nuclear attacks. So they've inserted the genes from these type of animals and they put it into a human. So these people are no longer human anymore, but they're mutants, and this is what they're creating. They're creating mutants, and these are the type of beings that they're gonna have in their military, man. And a lot of these soldiers, they've taken their pain receptors away. So in these wars, these soldiers are not even going to be able to feel pain, and things like that. They're faster, stronger, have genes that can withstand nuclear radiation, and they don't feel pain, and they're going to be controlling things by artificial intelligence, man. So this time that's coming up is going to be real scary, man, for a lot of people that's out here that ain't even paying attention to these things that's going on. But it says they said success in this unprecedented experiment could lead to super tough soldiers who could survive nuclear fallout. And it says the initiative involved the experimental introduction into human DNA utilizing embryonic cells of a key gene found in the water bear. The gene in question gives the microscopic creature rare resistance to radiation and other extreme environmental effects. And yeah, that's exactly what I was saying, man, because I watched a documentary or something on this animal a while back. How it can survive in the most intense environments that other animals that would never be able to survive in, Even cockroaches ain't got shit on this animal. But it says scientists have long considered that water bears, also known as tardigrades, may hold genetic secrets which could one day be key to human survival and longevity. The 8-legged tiny animal, which is smaller than a millimeter in length, has been described as follows. Tardigrades are tiny, cute, and virtually indestructible. The microscopic animals are able to survive in a pot of boiling water, at the bottom of a deep sea trench, or even in the cold, dark vacuum of space. So these creatures can even survive in space. And it says in August, an Israeli spacecraft carrying tardigrades as part of a scientific experiment crashed on the moon, and scientists believe they may have survived, which is bullshit because, these motherfuckers is not going to no fucking moon. Now they're saying that they flew a craft, an unmanned craft to the moon or something like that, and then it crashed. Okay, I may believe something like that, and it says, having isolated the tardigrades gene capable of producing shield-like proteins which can protect against radiation and other harms, the Chinese team said it found a way to introduce this gene into human DNA using a gene editing tool now available in most biolabs. And it says, in their laboratory experiment, nearly 90% of the human embryonic cells carrying the water bear gene survived a lethal exposure to X-ray radiation, according to the team led by Professor Wen with the Radiation Biotechnology Laboratory at the Academy of Military Sciences in Beijing. So these are the type of experiments that these people are doing, man. They're basically trying to become immortal. You know, they're trying to use gene editing and technology to make themselves immortal, man, or indestructible. You know, basically, you know. So they're trying to create these soldiers that are gonna just take bullets and take shots and won't be able to feel pain and just walk through 100-round chopper, you know, shooting bullets at them and still slaughter 30 men in the opposing army, man. These are the type of soldiers that they're looking for and trying to produce, you know, through technology and gene editing. You know what I'm saying? So this is why these times that we are heading into, man, it's going to be very vital that we have Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah with us, man, because it's gonna get real chaotic and hectic out here, you know. So I'm gonna go into the scripture real quick, and this is Daniel 12:1, and it says, "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, which are the Israelites. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book." So Michael, the archangel, is actually going to have to stand up for us in that time, and because it's going to be so bad, you know. It says there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation. You see? Since a nation was first created, there's going to be a time of trouble that's coming up that it hasn't been in history. You see? So this is why Michael, the archangel, is going to have to stand up and protect every man, woman, and child that's found written in the book of life. You know what I'm saying? This is why, man, because things like this is going to be taking place, man. Things like this is going to be taking place, man. You know, things like this is going to be on the earth, you know, which are on the earth right now. But things like this, we're going to see them with our own eyes, man, you know. And we're going to be seeing a lot of death, a lot of crazy things, you know, people with technology embedded in them, motherfuckers getting controlled and, you know, having super strength and super speed and, you know, controlling drones and shit with their mind and being controlled by AI, artificial intelligence. Just it's going to be a whole pool of just a bunch of wicked shit, man, that we're going to see in these end times, man. It's going to be so crazy, you know. And these are the things that are on this earth right now today, man, in these isolated islands and laboratories. This is the type of beings that they're creating right now for this war that's coming up. You know, they know this war is coming up. Now they speeding up their processes on these experiments that they've been wanting to do and that they've been doing for years, man. Now it's getting to the point they're gonna get to the point where they are gonna actually use these experiments that they've been doing, you know. And this is why we're gonna need Michael the Archangel to stand up for us, man. And this is why we're gonna need spiritual power to get delivered out of situations that we find ourselves in. You know what I'm saying? This is why we're gonna need those things, man. You know, because if we didn't have Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, man, we would not make it. You know, because this is the shit that we're gonna be facing very soon in the near future. You know. But yeah, I just wanted to make this quick video, man, to give y'all some updates on the shit that we're going to have to go through, you know? So I'm going to go ahead and give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash, double honor to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the whole elect. Shalom.